Hello, for the people watching the recording. How you doing?
Good evening. Nobody's there yet?
No, but it's recording, see? So
Yes.
I'm saying hi to the people.
Hi, Rick.
Yeah, hi Rick, how you doing? Plate's too big. Look, see, it's too wide.
Well, it's 6 o'clock. Somebody should be joining us pretty soon.
Yeah, they'll probably come in a second. I know both of the Marians came last week, even though we didn't have.
No, only one Marion came.
No,
The
it
one
was,
that has babies.
no, it was both Marians. Because remember, we didn't have a class, but I got an email that said Marian D, and then the other Marian entered your Zoom class. I couldn't.
Oh,
believe I got
really?
that, yeah.
Thomas Onstock. So that's Miss Mary. Miss Mary, did you get my text with the numbers? I can't hear her.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, great. Okay.
Did you receive my numbers that I sent you? No, I lost her.
She's having internet connection problems.
Yeah, and she was late getting home from Nashville because of the traffic problems, because of the speeches tonight.
Yeah. Did the people not
No, I'm not getting any students.
Well, they're in the WhatsApp and stuff. It's there for their own. Fancy.
Okay. Carolyn, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
My computer just died on me, so I had to put it on the charger.
Oh, okay.
We
And
have
there's Marion.
just walked in the door. Traffic in Nashville, we didn't realize how bad it was going to be with the debate.
Right.
Oh, they had roads closed and then they had a wreck. So we're about an hour later than what we thought we'd be getting home.
Well, that can sure happen. I know when my husband was sick and we'd have to go to Vanderbilt's, we never knew what we were going to encounter as far as traffic went.
Well, yeah.
Marion, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Good, good.
Let me go. I'm going to go get my books, okay?
Okay.
Be right back.
Which number?
We're going to start with a review of some numbers, and then I'm going to do the devotional, and it will have numbers in it. And then we'll be in the textbook on page 46.
46.
Okay. Shoot.
We're going to be in, when we start in the book, we'll be on page
Yeah,
46.
46. Okay.
But we're going to have a review of numbers first, and then we'll have the devotional. Hello? Yeah. Do you have those numbers, Lydia?
Um,
696.
wait. I got it.
Okay, so did you put it in? Because she said on the system, it was showing two things that were not correct. Marion, where did you go to get your numbers to come to class tonight?
I understand.
You don't
Sorry.
know?
No.
How did you sign in for Zoom
Oh,
tonight?
now
Yeah.
Tonight.
I input ID number and password number. I have.
From another week?
Yeah, another week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You use the same one, and that's the one we're using.
Yeah,
So,
the same.
It's the same I had also.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I
Tom?
put it in the chat.
Tom, why don't you turn that?
hello, Amalia? Hi, are you coming to class tonight? Okay. Okay, the numbers are the same that we had before, but I will give them to you again. 696 744 6512. Passcode is 08649. Thank you. Hello, Raina. Okay, do you need the numbers to come to class, to the Spanish class? Okay, 696. Okay, it's on the WhatsApp. It's on the system, but I don't know why y'all can't pull it up. It's the same one we used before. Sure. I'll have my daughter call you. So you can get in, okay? All right, thank you. Hello, Marty. Were you going to try to come to class tonight? Do you have the numbers? Okay, let's check and see if they're the right ones. 696 744 6512. And then the passcode is 08649. Okay. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Thank you.
Hi.
Oh, you're Reba, you're already on. I tried to call you.
Aquí estoy.
I spoke with Rick, not this last Sunday, but the Sunday before, and he said we were all set up, that the numbers were all in the right place. So I don't understand what the problem is in getting us online, because Rick checked everything out and said everything was good. So I'll have to talk to him again and see what he says about why we're having trouble. This is Marty trying to join us, I think. I spoke with him. He said he was going to be joining us. So, good evening. I will troubleshoot again to see why we're having problems making connection. But these numbers that you used tonight are the same numbers we're going to use going forward, okay?
Okay.
I want to review numbers because for the devotion tonight, I have a picture of a story, and I've shortened the story, but almost every sentence has at least one number in it, and sometimes more than one number. So I want to be sure we understand numbers, the word for numbers, before we get into the story. So Lydia, if you come bring up our review page. What button do I push to bring it up? Okay, that's the green one down, or that one?
And then go to whichever page.
The review, yes.
And then Sarah.
Okay. Okay, I have not put the numbers in the right order because I want to be sure that you all understand which number these words represent. Do you understand what I'm saying? I want to be sure you understand when someone says the word 5, you know how many that is. So looking at the review of numbers, can someone tell me, and I have a page here with the numbers on it. You can either tell me by the color behind it. It will be on the first row on this, on these.
I don't see it.
Can you either show me with your fingers or show me, tell me what color the number is on the card? Which one is number 5?
I don't see.
The color?
Needs to be a little closer to the screen if that's possible. Oh, good, good, good. Yeah, that's great.
Green. Coloring.
One is number 5.
Ahí es green.
It's a shade of green. There are 3 that are green. This one, and this one.
That's fine.
Yes.
Which one?
I think it's a color gray.
Okay, kind of gray looking.
Mhm.
That's
Gray?
fine. It's this one right here.
Yes.
That's number 5. Which one is number 4?
The green.
Next to 5.
Okay, the green one next to 5, that's right here. That's what 4 looks like. What does 3 look like?
Yellow.
It's kind of a greenish yellow.
Mhm.
It's right there. That's 3. Where is 6?
Blue.
Where is
And
6?
blue.
It's blue. Right there. Where is 1?
Red.
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 It's this red one, not that red one.
Mhm.
Okay.
First one.
Number 1. Where is number 7?
Blue dark.
Well, either blue, dark, or purple
Purple.
Yeah.
is 7. Okay, and 2. What color is 2?
Orange.
Orange.
Orange is good. Number 8.
Orange.
Orange.
It is orange, but it's over here. 8 is orange. 9.
Red.
Okay, but it's
Red.
this red one, not this one. Okay, and 10.
Blue.
Blue.
Okay,
No,
it's a different shade of
green.
blue.
Green or
All the
blue?
way out here on the end. That's 10.
Staying green, right?
Nice looking like sky.
Okay, 19 is the next one. And that's going to be in the second row. What color is 19?
It's red.
Red.
It's red. Is it this red?
No.
No.
Okay, this
Yes.
red.
Yeah.
19 over there. Okay, 11.
Red.
Fourth line.
These are harder numbers. It's the what?
Is the red in the fourth line?
First line.
It's the first one, the first red one.
Yes.
That's 11. Where is 12?
The second.
Orange.
Orange.
The
The
same
second
red.
one? It's orange. Where's 13?
Green.
Okay, it's
Green.
right next to 12.
Yeah.
17.
Blue. Blue dark.
Blue, dark, or purple? 17, right down there.
The 17
Where's
is
15?
blue.
It is a gray. A gray.
It's kind of a gray next to this green one. That's 15.
Green.
Okay, 16?
Blue.
It is, it's blue. Right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's 20?
20. Green. Last line.
Second line. Gray. The last one.
The last one, 20. Where's 25?
It's gray.
5. Blue.
Right in the
Green.
middle.
Green.
25.
Mhm.
Where's 28?
The orange.
Right. Orange.
It is orange, and it's the second orange one, right out
Yes.
here. Now, the rest of them, I am not going to do every number on that line, but I want you to pay attention to the fact that when it changes, like if we go to 29 and that's the next number, then the next one is what? What is this here?
30.
40,
30,
30.
So,
30.
Okay, and then we start down here with 1 and continue on. Now, where is 35?
The gray in the middle.
Yes, in the middle, and it's sort of gray. Where's 37?
It's
purple,
blue dark.
Purple.
blue,
Okay, it's the darker blue or purple right here. That's 37. Now, we would go 38, 39. What is this number?
40.
40.
40.
40.
Very good. 40. Now, in the line for 40, starting here, where's 43?
The green.
Green.
green,
The green, the kind of light yellow green. Okay, where's 45?
The gray in the middle.
Blue. Blue light.
Now you're going to need that number for the story. The story, I'm going to use this number 45. So I wanted to be sure you knew what 45 looked like. Where's 48?
It's the orange.
It's orange.
orange,
The second orange one, it's over here.
Mhm.
Now, where's 50? What does it look like?
50 is
the last one,
Green.
It has a 5 and a 0. That's 50. Okay. Where's 51 then?
the
the
red.
red,
Red.
red,
First
The
one.
red over here on this side. Where's 54?
the green,
In the middle.
The green.
green,
59 is located where?
59.
red,
It's red. And
Red.
this one is what?
60.
60. Very good. 60. Now, on the next line, I want you to find 75.
It's in the middle of the gray.
75, because we're going to need that number for the story. I want you to know what it looks like.
It's in the middle, the gray.
It's in the middle. It's the gray one, 75. And where is 80? Can somebody tell me where 80 is?
it's the
green.
last one,
green,
Line.
green,
Okay, 80 is going to be on this line all the way at the far end. It's an 8 and a 0. Now, who can tell me where 100 is?
Green.
The last one.
the last one,
Last line.
all the numbers,
Okay, it would be 1, 0, 0. Now, 200 would look like what? Can you describe what 200 looks like?
2, 0, 0.
Very good, Amanda. So what would 500 look like?
5.
1, 0, 0.
5, 0, 0. Very good. Okay, Lydia, we need to go now to our picture for our devotional. So I'm already in screen share, right? So to get to,
We gotta stop.
que no me veo pantalla, ¿no?
okay. So I need to click on that,
Yeah.
and then I click on this, like this, click,
¿Será que hay que quitar?
click on share.
No.
Okay, can you all see that picture?
God.
Miss Mary, can you all see that picture?
Yeah.
Okay. When Noah was 500 years old. Now, what did that number look like? What did we say 500 was?
5, 0, 0.
500. That's longer than we live today, right? We don't live to be 500. Now, there was a lady on TV on the news tonight that was 102, and that's pretty old. But 500 is older, much older than that. When he was 500 years old, he had 3 sons, and their names were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. But God was not happy with people. People had become so corrupt, so mean, and so full of violence that he decided he wanted to end the world. So he decided that he would send a flood. But he wanted to give Noah and his family a chance to live because he considered Noah a good man. When it says he was righteous, that doesn't mean that he was without sin. But when he sinned, he would go to God and apologize for what he did and try to change his way of living. So he gave Noah a job. And Marty, Noah was a builder, just like you're a builder. And so this job that he gave Noah was to build a boat. Actually, it would be a very big ship. Now, the ship that he told him to build, he wanted him to make rooms inside this big boat. And he wanted to make this ship 400 feet long. So and how much 450? That would be a 4, a 5, and a 0.
9.
For us, if you think about how long a football field is, that would be almost 4 football fields stacked end to end. That's how long this boat would be, 450 feet. Marty, do you think you could build a boat that big? 3 football fields, 4 football fields long? That would be pretty big. Even just to put the roof on it, it would be pretty big. It would be 75 feet wide. Now remember, we looked at the number 75. That was a 7 and a 5. That's how wide it was. Now, how tall was it? How tall? It was 45 feet tall. And he said, I want you to put a roof over the boat. I want you to put a door in the side of the boat. I want there to be 3 decks. There would be 3 floors, 3 stories inside the boat. God was going to flood the earth. He would call 2 of every kind of animal to the boat so that he would save the animals. But the animals that were good for eating, he actually called 7 each of them. Noah had to gather enough food for all the animals and his family. After he got the boat built, it was time to call the animals. And God came to Noah and he says, 7 days from now, I will start sending a rain. And when Noah started telling people about the rain that was coming, they didn't know what rain was because they'd never seen rain before. So can anybody tell me how many days and nights it rained?
I think it's 40.
It was 40. Very good, Amalia. For 40 days and 40 nights, it rained. After it quit raining, it was 150 days. Now, how many months would that be? If it was 150 days that the water stayed that tall, that much, how many months would it be that the water stayed on the earth?
5.
If we figure there's about 30 days in a month and we divide 150 by 30, it would come out to be about 5 months. The earth was covered with water. And then it began to disappear. It began to shrink. And that's all we're going to do on this lesson. We're going to read what it says here under the picture. But I wanted to talk about numbers today in our review. So I chose a story that involved a lot of numbers to try to help you understand the meaning of the numbers. Okay, I'm going to read it first, and then I want each one of you to say it after me. God told Noah,
God
God,
told
no.
Noah,
Oh no.
get some lumber
Get some
Get some
lumber
lumber
and build a boat.
and
and
build
build a
a
boat.
boat.
Put rooms in it
But
Room
in it,
and cover it with tar inside and out. Now, why would they use tar on the boat?
Cover it with
cover
is
where
and
is our inside and out.
Okay, one of you at a time. Somebody raise your hand. Why would we put tar on the boat? Marty, why would you put tar on the boat?
for
Sometimes on a roof, you have to put tar on the roof. Why do you put tar on the roof? To keep the water out. To keep water out of the boat, they use tar to go in between the boards so that the water could not get inside the boat. Okay, this story is in Genesis 6:14.
Genesis 6:14.
Genesis 6:14. Very good.
6.
Does anyone have any questions about Noah and the boat?
No.
Okay. We need to go to our books now. And Miss Mary, I had the students last week go over the different items for a classroom or for a student. And I asked them, those who were in class last week, to fill out this chart that says things you write with, things you can read, and furniture. So if you turn to page 47 where the list is, that's what we're going to do now. You have to tell us, each one of you will have an item on the list. And we need to decide, is it something to write with, things to read, or furniture? So Miss Mary, I've been doing all the talking. See if you can lead them through that list on page 47. And they have to decide, is it something to write with, things to read, or furniture?
Okay. And so that starts on page 46 with number 1, doesn't
Right.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see, Amalia, she's not there. Oh, here you go. What is number 1?
Number 1.
desk.
A did you say desk?
Yes, desk.
All right, and would it be things you write with, things you can read, or furniture?
Desk, chair.
No, what is on your book? Do you have on page 46? Do you have 3 columns here? Things you can write with, things you can read, and furniture. Do you have that?
Okay.
We want to know, where does that fit in the desk?
the desk is furniture.
The desk is it, do you write with a desk or do you read a desk or is it furniture?
Furniture.
Furniture, great. Okay, let's see. Now, number 2 is on page, let's just do number 4. Okay, let's see. Martin, what is number 4?
Number 4.
What is number 4?
The book.
A
The
book?
book.
Okay, is
Yep.
it, so what is it? Something you write with, something you read, or furniture?
Read.
You read it, that's correct, that's a book.
Yep.
All right, number 5, Marion, what is that?
Number 5. Decorate.
Dictionary?
Dictionary.
Is that, yes, that's,
Number 5.
it's a study dictionary.
I
So,
think right.
so do you write with it or do you read it or is it furniture?
I think read.
You read it, yes. Okay, number 8. Let's see, Mary Ann.
Yes, I know. Read.
What's number 8? What is it?
Racing or racing. Racing.
I don't know. I think you can read.
It's a little bit hard. Number 8, does it look like a red rectangle there? Is that what number 8 looks like in your book? On page 46?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, it's an eraser. I think it's a big eraser.
Register. Yeah.
Yeah, so you would probably put that under things you would write with.
Right. No.
Yeah, you wouldn't read it.
No.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
see, number 9. Let's see, number 9, Raina.
Yeah.
What's number 9?
A marker.
Sorry?
A marker.
Yes, so which, is that write with, read with, or furniture?
Thing for
Right.
read.
What?
Thing for read. Right.
Right, something you write with, something you write with.
Yeah.
Okay, and number 10, I don't know what category this fits in. Uriah, what is this?
CD.
A CD, yes. And where do you think it would fit in those 3 categories?
A ear. CD.
Yeah, it could be something you read. Some CDs have printing on them. So I mean, it's not furniture and you don't write with it. So it kind of means it has to be read. Okay, number 15, who do we lack? Have I gotten everybody? The Amalia, let's go back to you and say, what's 15?
It's a backpack.
And what would that be?
Maybe
It's
I don't
not,
know.
I think it would, let's just put that in its own category. It's not really furniture. That would be the closest thing. Okay. And number 16.
Phone.
Martin, what's 16? Who said phone?
Cell phone.
Cell phone, okay. I guess what would that category, what could you put that under? Read, write, or furniture? You can probably read something on it, can't you? Okay. Now then, let's go to page 47. And here's some more. Let's see. Marianne D. Is it Marion or Mary Ann?
No, Marianne.
Yes. What's number 2? On
Chair.
page 47.
Richard.
on page 47, number 2.
47, number 2.
Number 2 on page 47.
Chair,
Yes.
chair,
Okay, so what category is that? Is that read, write, or furniture?
furniture,
Yes, furniture. Great. Okay,
Well, you know, though, you can write on it and you can read it when you're using it.
that's true.
So
That's
it
true.
could actually fit in all 3 categories.
That's true. Okay, Uriah, number 3.
Computer.
What-
I can
Computer.
computer. I can read it and write.
And it could almost be called furniture also.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if you wanted it to, it could almost.
Yes.
Yes. All right, number 6, Raina.
The chalkboard,
Yes. And what would you call that?
things for write.
Uh-huh. And it could be furniture.
Yes.
And I guess you could read what's written on it also, so it might go in all 3. Okay. Number 7, Martin.
Este es yeso. Chalk.
Chalk, yes. And what category would you put that in?
Put the right.
Things you write with. Yes, that can't change. Things you write with. Good. Okay, and then 11. Let's see who. Amalia or Amalia. What about is 11 there? Is she? Yeah, 11.
It's notebook.
Notebook. Uh-huh.
Write
Or
and-
read.
or reading.
12. Marion.
Yes, a piece of paper.
And what? Where would you put that?
Think you can read.
And also you can write too, can't you? Well, you wouldn't write with it, but you'd write on it.
Okay.
All right, 13. Let's see. Your Robert, what's 13?
Folder.
A folder.
Read.
Yes. Good. And then the last one I have is 14. Amalia.
Yes. 14. The rain blender.
A notebook.
Oh,
Number 14, notebook. Yeah. And it's got paper in it. So
Rain blender.
read and write. Okay. Carolyn,
Yes.
do we need to do some others?
No, last week we went over all those other exercises except for that one.
Okay.
And so we'll use that as our introduction this week, but we need to start with lesson 2. And
that's
I
on
need
page
4
48.
students who can read those 4 sentences. Miss Mary and I have been doing most of the talking, and now we would like for you all to volunteer to choose a sentence to read. Number 1. Who can take sentence number 1 and read that?
Okay. What page? The 48.
48.
Okay.
We're on 48.
Me. Ramiro and Camila tried to bring their books and notebooks to class.
Very good. Number 2, who will volunteer to read that one? Okay, Marion D.
Sometimes they threw some paper.
Okay, they borrow. They turn to their friend. And they say, I forgot my paper. Can I borrow some from you?
Borrow. Okay.
When you borrow, it usually means that you will give them that paper back when you have some. So when you borrow, it usually means that you intend to give it back, give them the same amount that you borrow from them.
Borrow.
So borrow, new word.
Borrow.
Okay, number 3. Uriah, you've been kind of quiet this evening. Can you do number 3 for us?
When Ramiro and Camila are late, they don't interrupt the class.
Okay. Do we know what it means to interrupt? If Amalia was talking and I spoke to her while she was talking, I would be interrupting her. Okay. So if class is going on, what that means is Ramiro and Camila come in and sit down very quietly without disturbing the class. So do you understand what they're doing? Any questions about interrupt? Number 4.
They sit down and turn off their cell phones.
Their cell phones. Very good. Now, Miss Mary, you and I are going to have to go to the back of the book to get our dialogue. And for this case, so I'll tell you what page we're on, just one second. Listen carefully as Miss Mary and I go over this dialogue together. It's on 282, Miss Mary.
Okay.
It's there where it says page 48.
And is it exercise A and B?
Right. So if you'll be Mrs. Reed or Miss Reed, I'll be Aram and Chan.
Okay. Okay, everyone. Are you ready for the test? Put away your books and take out a piece of paper.
Okay. Look at the pictures. Aram says, Chan, can I borrow a pencil? Chan says, sure, Aram. Okay. Miss Mary.
Should we do that again?
Yeah, I think they have to make a choice. It says, listen to the conversation. What is she saying? So what did the teacher say? Did she say, put away your books? Did she say, open your dictionary? Or please bring your notebook? What did she say to the students? Is it A, B, or C?
A.
I'm sorry, you can read again. Sorry.
I'll read it again. I'm the teacher. Okay, everyone. Are you ready for the test? Put away your books and take out a piece of paper.
So is it A, B, or C? Uriah?
A.
It is A. Put away your books. Listen again. Read the sentences. Circle true and false. So, Miss Mary, if you will read that again, we have to choose what is correct and what is incorrect.
Okay, everyone. Are you ready for the test? Put away your books. Take out a piece of paper.
Aram says, Chan, can I borrow a pencil? And Chan says, sure, Aram. Okay, so our choices. Someone read number 1 for me.
Mr. Red say, take out a pencil. True or false?
Did the teacher say take out a pencil?
No.
Okay, so that would be false.
Mhm.
Okay, Raina?
Yes.
Aram says, can I borrow a pencil? Is that true or false?
False.
Is it true that he asked to borrow a pencil or not?
Says, can I borrow a piece of paper?
No, he didn't
No?
say borrow a piece of paper. He asked to borrow a pencil. So that
Oh,
one would be true. So
okay.
under B, number 2 is true. Number 1 was false.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Miss Mary and I are going to read the whole conversation again. You're going to be asked to put in the person's name. See that blank? It says cell phone is ringing. So let's go back, Miss Mary, and let's read the exercise C and see whose cell phone is ringing.
Okay. Okay, everyone, get ready for the test. Don't look at your books. Take out your notebooks. Do you want me to read it?
Aram says, Chan, can I borrow a pencil? Chan says, sure, Aram.
And Ms. Reed says, uh-oh, please turn off your cell phones, everyone.
Miss Reed?
Yes?
I think that's your cell phone.
Oh. Whose cell phone is ringing?
Mr. Reed.
The teacher?
Yes.
Ms. Reed?
Yes, that was Miss Reed whose cell phone was ringing. She forgot to cut hers off. Okay, this discussion is one that Miss Mary and I have already had. So I want you all to play these parts. One of the Marians, be Miss Reed. Which one? Which one wants to be the
Marian
teacher?
Suarez?
Okay, Marian D, you be the teacher. Marty, I want you to be Aram, A-R-A-M. And Chan, the other Marian, can you be Chan, please?
Is this on page 49?
Yes, ma'am, it is on page 49 up at the top.
Okay.
It says, listen and read the conversation. We've already heard this conversation 2 times. So I just want you to read what we've already read to you, okay?
Miss Reed?
Miss Reed, yeah.
Miss Reed, of everyone, are you ready for the test? But away your books, take out a piece of paper. No, butter.
That was good. Take out a piece of paper. Very good. Okay, who is our Aram?
Marty.
Okay, Marty.
Can I borrow pencil.
Okay, good. Chan,
No, so fun.
who is playing Chan? Did I give that to Marion?
Sure are. Sure are.
Okay, sure are. Okay. So we're going to process this conversation, and then we're going to make new conversations so you'll need to use the pictures. Now remember, if you have a blue blank, you pick from the blue boxes. If you have a pink blank, you pick from the pink pictures. If you have a green blank, you pick from the green pictures, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So Amalia, would you be A?
Okay.
And Yareva, would you be B? And Raina, would you be C?
Okay. Okay. Are you ready for the test? Put away your notebook. Take out your pen.
Can I borrow a pen?
Sure.
Or eraser? Can I borrow eraser? Eraser?
Sure.
Correct.
Okay. Do we have someone else who can be Amalia? Why don't you be A, the teacher, and Marion, you be B, that asks, can I borrow? And Marty, you can be C.
Okay. Are you ready for the test? Put away your notebook.
Okay,
Take out your pencil.
okay.
Can I borrow a pencil? No.
Okay, who is C?
Sure.
Good, thank you.
Sure.
We made our own conversations.
Sure.
Let's look on page 50. We're going to be talking about imperatives. These are sentences that are kind of like giving an order. Like the teacher will say, put away your books, take out a pencil, put away your dictionaries. These are instructions. These are orders. Like if you were in the Army, the drill sergeant may say, march. He's not going to elaborate a lot. He's not going to call you by name. But when it starts with a verb, we have an understood subject. That means you understand that you are to take out your notebook. We understand use a pencil. You are the one who will need to do it. When the teacher is giving that instruction, or when a parent gives that instruction to a child, they know who you're talking to. It is you. So here are positive instructions. Take out your notebook. Use a pencil. Do you see on page 50 where we have kind of a purple box? And right underneath it, it says, take out your notebook. Use a pencil. Now, if it's negative, that means don't do it. And down here, we're going to have some pictures with X marks through them. So that will be a negative. Don't look at your book. Don't open your dictionary. So that means do not do these things, okay? If you're taking a test, you're not supposed to use other resources. You're supposed to know these things. So if you are a parent or if you are a teacher, look out at the side. It says use the word please to be polite. Please turn off your cell phone. Okay? If you're talking to your children, you'll probably get a better response if you say, please go make your bed. Please brush your teeth. You're giving an order, but you're softening it a little bit when you say, please. Please do these things. Okay. Now we're going to look at number 1, practice. Match the sentences and the pictures. So, number 1, turn off the computer. Which picture do you think tells us to turn off the computer? Marty? Which picture tells us? D is correct. Very good. Number 2, don't open your dictionary. Which one says do not open the dictionary?
F.
Amalia, is that you?
F.
F, very good. Number 3, write in your book. Which one says to write in your book? Ureva?
E.
E, very good. E. Don't take out your notebook. Don't take out your notebook. Marianne, I think you were going to answer that other question. Can you answer this one?
Yeah, H.
Okay, go ahead, Marianne M.
Okay. Number 5, don't turn off the computer. G.
G, okay. How about don't take out your notebook? Which one is that, Marianne D?
Open. 1 second.
Number 6.
No. H.
Number 4.
B.
Don't take out your
Number
notebook.
B.
Number 4.
Hey.
Don't take out your notebook. Which one is that?
Numbers. 1 second. Take out your notebook. B.
No, that one says take out your notebook. There's one that has a big X on it. Can you find the big X?
Number E? No, number E, no.
H.
Look at H.
Take out your...
Look at H, Marianne.
Number A, sorry.
H. Number 4 should be H. Number 4 says don't take out your notebook. So that should be H. Okay. Now then, number 6. Raina? Number 6.
Open your dictionary.
Yeah.
Is the letter A.
Very good. Very good. Okay. I think Marion already did number 7 about take out your notebook. That should be B. Number 8. Number 8. Amalia.
Yeah, it's letter C. Don't write
Letter
in your
C.
book.
Do not write in your book. Very good. Okay. On page 51,
51.
let's start with number 3 at the top of the page. It says practice. Someone read these directions right here across the top where the red letter A is.
Bono lo querés. ¿Será que tiene dolor?
Okay, Marty, you want to read that?
What number? Number one?
Page 51.
Okay.
At the top of the page, it says a red letter A. Read what the
Okay.
instructions say to do.
Okay. Okay. Read the dictionary on the correct word.
Okay. Read the test directions.
Mm-hmm.
Underline
Well,
the correct words.
Yeah.
Okay. As a school teacher, when I was in school, one of the things that if I said it once a day, I said it 50 times a day. Read your directions. That will help you do the right thing. So, number 1, Ureba.
Use a number 2 pencil.
Very good. Number 2, Marion D.
Don't use a pen.
Okay. Don't use a pen. Very good. Marion M.
Don't make dark marks in the crackles.
Circles. The circles. The little round circles.
Circles.
Okay, so which word are you going to pick? Make or don't make?
Don't make. Don't make.
No, it's make dark marks inside the circle so we can tell what your answer is. Don't just put an X. Don't circle it. They want you to color it in and make it a dark mark. So we need to say make dark marks in the circles. Number 4, Raina.
Don't look at your classmate test.
Very good, Raina. Okay, Marty read the last instructions. So, Amalia, where it says B, read those instructions, please, and take number 1.
Okay. Complete the sentences about class rules. Use the words in the box. Use the capital letter and add don't when necessary.
Okay.
The number 1 is ready. Answer for it say bring a notebook and pencil.
Very good. Number 2, Ureba.
Don't eat in class.
Very good. Number 3, Marion D.
Interrupt the classes when you are late.
Interrupt. Are we supposed to interrupt or are we not supposed to interrupt?
No.
See, we have to add a not word if we're not supposed to interrupt. So, do you know what word to put in there to go with interrupt? You picked the right word, interrupt. So do we interrupt the class when you are late?
No, it's wrong.
Okay, so we need to say don't, we have to add the words. See, in our instructions, it said add don't when necessary. It didn't give us that.
I don't, yeah.
So don't interrupt the class when you are late. So in the instructions, they told us we might need to add that word because it's not in the box. Okay? Raina, would you take number 4, please?
Listen to your classmate.
Good. Marion M. Number 5.
Answer your call phone in place.
Should you answer your cell phone while you're in class?
Yes.
Don't. No.
No, you need to turn your cell phone off while you're in class.
Don't.
Okay, number 6, Marty.
Try to
Number 6.
comment on, yeah. Try to comment on the time.
Good. Try to come on time. Very good, Marty.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay, let's take a look at reading.
Number 58.
Okay, this is about study habits. And before we start on those exercises, I want to show you something that my daughter and I found. And when she was studying Chinese, we would get a little small tablet like this that has a ring, or we would take some note cards and poke a hole in them. And we had little rings that we put with them. And you can, like for new words or new information that you need to remember, you can write one thing at a time. You can put this in your purse or your backpack, wherever you are, like at the doctor's office where you have to sit and wait and wait and wait. You can take this out and review some things that you've learned in class. You can study your words and what they mean. You can study your numbers. But this is what we found very, very helpful was one of these, and they're not too terribly expensive, and they're color coded. You can put different kinds of things, like you might put your numbers all in this kind of bright yellow. You might put your grammar in the green. You might put your words in orange. So it's a handy tool for study habits, for practicing. Okay. What are your study habits? For example, when do you usually study? Amalia, when do you study?
Sometimes before go bed, little bit.
Okay, before you go to bed. Okay, especially after the children get in bed, right?
Yes. Yes.
Does anyone study early in the morning before everybody else gets up? I used to be an early riser. I'm no longer an early riser, but when I was in school, when I was in college, I would get up very early and I would study before I left to go to class. Do you study at lunch? If you work, do you have time at lunch to study a little bit while you eat a sandwich?
Sometimes.
Amalia said she studies at night.
Yeah. I go working too early, 5:30 in the morning, so I don't have time in the morning.
Where do you study? Lydia sometimes gets on her bed and then she can't figure out why she keeps falling asleep while she's studying. Is being in bed a good place to study? If you're tired, you probably will fall asleep.
Yes, true.
Do you study at home?
Yes.
Yes.
In the kitchen?
Do you study at school? Do you study at work? One of the things that I always try to be sure that I have something to read or to study when I have appointments, especially if I've been there before and I know that it's going to be a long time before they call me. Like when I take my mother to the doctor or I take Lydia to the doctor, I will always have something in my purse to read or study because it's a big time waster if you and sometimes if you're going someplace like you have to take clothes to the cleaners but they're not open yet, but you know they're going to open in a few minutes, that's a good time to pull something out, especially if you have one of these and you can study while you're waiting for something to open. Have any of you been to the movies or anything like that and you're waiting for something to start? You can pull something out like this and study things. I look for all kinds of places where you can do some study while you're waiting for something else to happen. Now, B, matching pairs. Match the sentences about study habits with the pictures. Write one sentence from the box under each picture. So, do you see where the sentences are? They're right there in that box. The pictures are down here. You're going to take one of these sentences and put it underneath each picture. Miss Mary, would you lead the students in answering those questions? I need to get my attendance stuff done. I haven't done that yet.
I've got the attendance written down, Carolyn.
Oh, you have it written down?
I do. Do you want me to send
Okay.
it?
Can you text that to
Judy?
Judy?
Yes.
Amalia is from Mexico. She also wants their country.
Oh, okay. Wait just a minute. I've lost my pencil. Just a minute. Let me get something else to write with. Okay, let's see, just a minute. Amalia is from Mexico.
Uraba's from Venezuela.
Venezuela.
Raina, you're from Mexico, aren't you? Raina?
Yes, I'm from
Yes,
Mexico.
you're from Mexico.
Okay.
Marty is from Salvador.
Yes.
All right.
And the two Marians
Uh-huh.
are from Egypt.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm beginning to lose my voice.
Okay, I've got all of that, and I'll take care of getting that turned in.
Thank you.
And what did you want me to do next?
Help
Him to answer the
lead them through
Okay,
answering those pictures, the questions there with the pictures.
okay. Raina, can you do number 1 for us?
Yeah. Turn off your cell phone.
Okay. What does it say on that cell phone?
Sorry.
Bye.
What word is on the cell phone?
The first.
It says goodbye. That
No,
means
that is that.
that means you're turning it off. Okay. Martin, will you do number 2?
Okay. Okay. Turn out the page. Throws out the page. Paper.
Read the whole sentence.
Throw out the page. Throw out the paper.
And what's the rest of the sentence after throw out papers?
Press.
Okay. Amalia, can you finish that?
Yeah, say throw out the paper. You don't need it. You
Throw
don't
out
need.
the papers you don't need. That way you don't get confused. Okay, let's see, Ureva, can you do 3?
Set study goals.
Okay, set study goals, right. When words start with an S, we don't say study goals, we just say study. That's a little bit different than Spanish. Okay, and let's see, number 4, Marianne D.
His study is 20 minutes.
Yeah.
4 to 4:20, right?
So number 4 is if you chose one of those that's in the box above it, it would be study for a short time, 20 minutes.
Short time.
Short time, 20 minutes. That's a pretty good amount of time to learn something new, I think. And 20 minutes is exactly right.
Yes.
Study too. Oh.
Okay, yeah. I think we've lost, is Carolyn still on there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I lost your picture.
If we go to page 53, so everybody got the pictures correct, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Okay, we go to page 53, and Miss Mary, if you would read that article about the professor. In the instructions, it says, Allie Einstein is not a good student. Her study habits are terrible. Listen, read Professor Steadywell's letter of advice to Ms. Einstein. So, Ms. Mary, if you would read that, it's supposed to be on a disc, but we don't have that disc, so I need you to read that, please, to the students.
The title is Ask the Professor. Dear Ms. Einstein, don't worry, you can be a good student. Good study habits help. Here are some ideas. Number 1, set study goals each week. Write your goals in your notebook. Be sure your goals are small. For example, listening, watch TV in English for 10 minutes. Number 2, look at your list of goals every day. Check off each goal when you finish. Number 3, study in a quiet place. Sit at a table. Turn off your TV, radio, and cell phone. Number 4, be organized. Keep important papers. Throw out other papers. Put your important papers in one binder. Number 5, plan your study time. Try to study for 15 minutes, then review for 5 minutes. Does anybody have any questions about any of those words or any of the meanings of the sentences in the letter he wrote to Ms. Einstein? No questions? Do you think if you were able to use these 5 things that they would help your English improve? Kristen?
Yes.
I know if I were trying to learn Spanish, which I need to, this would be very helpful for me because I'm not consistent with doing it every day. So the repetition, I think, of doing every day is very helpful.
Let's do one more exercise about this letter he wrote. So, Ureva, read the instructions under number 3, red letter A. Read these instructions so we know what to do with these sentences.
Check your understanding. Read the sentences. There is one mistake in each sentence. Correct the mistake.
Go ahead, Ureba, and take number 1.
Okay. Set study goals each year or week? It's week.
Week would be the correct one.
2.
Raina, take number 2, please.
Be sure goals are short.
Okay, or small.
Yeah.
So you need to draw a line through big
Big is
and
short.
put small or short. Number 3, Marty.
Yeah. Turn on your computer.
Okay. But change the correct. For the correct.
Look at the instructions in number 3, Marty.
Turn
Study
on
in a
your
quiet place.
computer.
There
It says-
is a mistake. What is the mistake in this sentence? A. Turn off your computer. When you study, you turn on your computer or your
Computer.
Marty, look at number 3 in the instructions from the professor. Look at number 3. Study in a quiet place, sit at a table. Then it says, turn off what? What are we supposed to turn off?
Computer.
No, not the computer. We're supposed to turn off the TV, the radio,
You read.
And the cell phone. If you look at number 3 in the letter he wrote. Marty, do you see that? Can you see that? Look at number 3. There's a number up there that says 3. Turn off what?
Oh, 3. Yeah. Play, white, play.
Turn off your TV, your radio, and what else?
Radio and cell phone.
And your cell
Cell
phone.
phone.
Very good. Very good. So you put a line through computer and you write above it, TV, radio, and cell phone.
Yeah.
Computer was not correct. Okay.
No. Mhm.
Okay. Miriam M, take number 4, please.
Number 4, throughout important papers, answer keep important paper.
Very good. Put a line through throughout and put keep important papers.
Papers.
Marianne D, take number 5.
Number 5. Police in a network notebook. Sorry.
Creo que sí estamos leyendo esto, güey. O no estaba leyendo esto.
Or 5.
Or 5, Emory. Number 5.
Okay. Police in a notebook.
If the papers are loose, should you put them in a notebook or should you put them in something else? Look back at your pictures of the different items that you have for school. You want something that will anchor them. Take a
Number
look at
1, I
number
think
14. Look at number 14 on page 47.
Oh, you see. 14. 3-ring
Binder, yes. You see, if you put it in the folder, they'll just slide right out. But if you put them in a 3-ring binder, they're anchored. They won't slide out. Do you understand why 3-ring binder is a better choice than the folder?
I not see. Paper throughout all. Number
See,
5.
just put it in the notebook. The notebook has a spiral wire thing. You can't anchor them there.
Yes, there's a
If
folder.
you put them just
3-ring
in the notebook,
binder is a
they'll
folder.
slide right out. Your papers need to go in a 3-ring binder where you can anchor them in so they can't slide out. Do you understand why that's the best choice? Marian D, do you understand why that 3-ring binder is the best choice?
Number 5. It's number 5. I don't see any word. Number 5.
Number 5.
Network.
And put your papers.
Number 5.
in.
When your study times, try to study for 15 minutes. Then review for 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes.
What
Okay, you're
answer?
taking number 6, okay. Instead of 15 minutes, review for 5 minutes.
Yes, number 6, study for 5 minutes. Not
Okay,
review,
but it's
right?
asking for
Number
review. You study for 15,
yeah,
but
study for
review
15 minutes.
for 5. Okay,
Number 5, and I'm sure. No,
review for 5 minutes. You need to write 5. F,
No, book.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Correct.
just 5 minutes. Study for 15 minutes. Is right.
Okay,
Can you
we have
answer
one,
number
we
5?
have one more question.
5?
Amalia, are you still there?
Yes, I'm not here.
In the red B,
The red bee?
see the red B?
Yes.
There is one question down there.
B.
And for some students, it is very difficult after reading something like this to decide what is the main idea? What is the main theme of this piece of writing? Can you tell us what would fit in that blank that would be the main idea of what this professor is saying?
Make a study habits.
Study habits. Good study habits can help you be a good student. Very good.
Study.
Now down there, step 1, someone read under show what you know in the green box. Somebody read step 1. Who would like to do that? Raina, would you like to read that in the green box, step 1?
Yeah.
Thank
Show
you.
what you know.
Show what you know.
Choose one language skill you want to practice. For example, listening, speaking, or vocabulary
Yes,
in
very
your
good.
notebook. Write one goal for that skill.
Very good. Okay. Marty, can you take step 2?
Stay to next. Who want to practice? Wow, yes, neighbor who practice the same scale as you find how a class for group ask the people in your group what is your study goal.
Very good, Marty. Okay. Amalia, which one do you feel that you need to work on? Listening, speaking, or vocabulary?
Vocabulary. And
Okay. Increasing your vocabulary.
yes.
Uraiba, which skill do you think you need to work on? Listening, speaking, vocabulary.
Listening and speaking.
Pardon me?
Listening and speaking.
Listening. Okay. Raina, which one do you think you need to work on?
I think the vocabulary.
Okay. So you know that Amalia thinks she needs to work on that as well. So you all could partner up and work together on increasing your vocabulary. Marty, which one do you think you need to work on? Listening, speaking, vocabulary.
This is speaking the vocabulary.
You think vocabulary also?
Yes.
Or listening? Listening, speaking, vocabulary. Which one?
Speaking.
Speaking?
Yep. Speaking. Practice.
Marion M. Which one of those three do you think you need to work on?
Speaking.
Speaking?
Yes.
And Marion M. D. Which one do you think you need to work on?
Speaking and listening.
Speaking and listening. If we listen carefully, we can learn more vocabulary. If we listen to carefully how people speak, and usually when I'm teaching, I try to slow my language down so that you can hear it and it give you time for you to understand the word that I said. Not everyone, when you go to the store, will slow their words down to speak to you. And that makes it hard to pick up new vocabulary. Have any of you heard a word this week that you did not understand and had to ask someone more than once to say the word again? Marty, did you hear a word this week that you had to ask someone to repeat? The reason I asked you was because it came up that you were trying to say something. You didn't have to ask anyone to repeat something?
No.
Amalia, did you have to ask anyone to repeat a word?
Yes, I think.
You know I do. Sometimes Lydia will be in another room or she'll turn her head away from me and I will say, I can hear you talking, but I cannot understand the words you're saying. It's not just you. All of us have that problem. My mother has begun having a hearing problem, and she will say to me sometimes, I hear you talking, but I cannot understand the words you are saying. So don't feel bad if you have to ask someone to repeat a word. It is not just you that is not understanding what the other person is saying. Ureva, do you have to ask people to repeat words sometimes?
Yes, I try at night before I sleep. I try to hear a book, audiobook. It's very important. Understand the word. Not all words you understand, but some words, yes. If you imagine what say the book or say the
I had a cousin that did not open his mouth when he spoke. He sort of talked like this through his teeth. And he was very difficult to understand. He never opened his mouth. He just kind of talked through his teeth like this. And
For me, it's difficult because everybody use the mask.
yes, the mask.
And
It's
sometimes
more difficult.
I try say something or somebody try talk me something, and sometimes I don't really understand what did you say. So it's hard because you cover and it's
Yeah. It's more difficult.
They've had some advertisements on TV saying that children in school need to be able to see the person's mouth moving to understand what they're saying. And where they're having to wear masks, it makes it very, very difficult for children from other language backgrounds to understand a person that's teaching, to understand what they're saying. But like different people have different habits, and some of them are not very good habits. The way they talk, they don't pronounce or enunciate things clearly, and it can make it difficult even for someone like me that's been speaking English for nearly 70 years. Miss Mary, do you find that true? That some people are much easier to understand than others?
Oh, absolutely. My daughter teaches school and she's wearing a face shield so that, or I think so that people can see her mouth when she's.
So there are a lot of factors. And then you get somebody who puts something in their mouth like food, and then they try to talk to you, and, you know, or they have a mouthful of a drink, a soda or something, coffee, and then they try to talk. And that is very difficult to understand. Where you are from in the United States sometimes can affect the way you pronounce words. Now, my cousin that talked through his teeth like that was from Texas. And he went to Canada with my parents one time. And they asked him where he was born. And he said, ELL, Texas. And they thought he was saying HELL, not HEEL. They thought he came from Hell, Texas. Some people are very difficult to understand. So listening skills, and don't feel bad if you don't understand a word. Say, I can hear you talking, but I did not understand this word. Maybe you could tell them the word before it or the word after it to give them an idea which word you're not understanding. Lydia and I have to do that with each other all the time to understand each other. Well, I don't think we ought to start anything more that's new tonight. I think we have covered 4 sections in this lesson. And now in your notebook, in your workbook, if you have not started working on Unit 3, you need to do pages 26, 27, 28, 29. Now, this part on page 30, this instruction was given in our books to do tonight. So we probably ought to do page 30. This is how to fill out a school registration form. And that was one of the instructions that we had in our books. I skipped over it because I knew it was in this workbook. So go at least to page 30.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
for practice, for exercises at home.
Okay.
Any questions tonight about anything we've covered? We're going to be getting a lot more new vocabulary, Amalia. So get you a little ring binder like this to write your new words in.
Okay.
And I guess we'll see you all next week. The numbers you need to get to class are the same ones next week that you had this week.
Okay.
We're not changing anything anymore that I know of. So the how to get to class will be the same next week that it was this week.
Okay.
Have a good week.
You
I
too.
understand it's
You
supposed
too.
to be
Good
cold
night.
weather
See
this
you next week.
weekend. Stay inside,
Okay.
stay warm,
Thank you for your
study
time.
English.
Bye, everybody.
Okay.
Good night.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you, Miss
Yeah.
Mary, for emailing that or texting that to Judy for me.
Okay, I'll do it.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
You're welcome.
Okay, Lydia, I need to know how to turn this thing off.
N-I-M-A-L. If you write, I can use the slow speller skill to spell animal more slowly. Want to try it?
Alexa, what do you think?
Yeah. I need to get out of here. And I went to the windows, but I'm trying to find where it says to get out. I don't see anything that says shut down.
What you can see is spell N-A-S-H-I-N-G-P-O-N space P-C.
Do I go to the X in the right-hand corner? Okay.
What about you? Alexa, what?
Okay, end the meeting for all.